Talmud Yerushalmi says that it says, because the pasuk says in the Aseret Dibros is Shabbos la Hashem, so therefore Shevois ka Hashem. Therefore you're supposed to rest just like Hashem rests. So therefore it says in the Yerushalmi that just like Hashem also spoke, Hashem, he rested from speaking. He rested from the Asara Mamaris. So therefore, on Shabbos, we're not supposed to speak about anything which is about work also. And that's also lahalacha brought on. And then the Yerushalmi brings down a story that there was a chassid, and he once went out into his field on Shabbos, and he saw that the gate of his field, that there was a pirza, there was an opening, something, a part had broken down. And he thought to himself, oh, after Shabbos, I have to fix it. And he immediately chapped himself and said, oh, on Shabbos, I'm thinking about doing a malacha. And so since I thought about it on Shabbos, I'm never fixing that part of the gate that broke. And he never fixed it. Now that's not halacha, but that's a midas chasidus. So again, there is midiraisa, you're not allowed to do work. Midirabanan, we have this idea of shvois ka Hashem, that we are not supposed to also speak about a malacha. And then there's a midas chasidus, which is that we shouldn't think about doing a malacha on Shabbos. What's the explanation? So the Rebbe points over here. And just like by Hashem, we have that Hashem, there's Asar Mamaris in Machshava and Asar Mamaris in Dibur. From the Asar Mamaris in Machshava come the Alman Sesimin. From the Asar Mamaris in Dibur come the Alman Diskalian. So therefore, by Hashem, there's both the Machshava and Dibur. On Shabbos, when Hashem stops creating, so then Hashem is stopping both the Machshava and the Dibur. So that's why it's Midas Chasidus, not only not to speak about Malacha, but also not to think about Malacha. But then the question becomes, why is it Midrabanan, you're not allowed to think about it? You're not allowed to speak about work. But why is it that Machshava is only Midas Chasidus? If Hashem stops doing both on Shabbos, either both of them should be only a Midas Chasidus, or both of them should be Midrabanan. What's the difference? A whole week Hashem, He's giving life to the hidden worlds with Machshava, giving life to the revealed worlds with Eis Yisadibur. Shabbos He stops. If Shvois Ka Hashem, if we're supposed to emulate Hashem, then either it should be across the board, it should be Asur, or if the whole thing is only a Midas Chasidus to be like Hashem, across the board it should be Midas Chasidus. Why is there that difference? So the Rebbe explains, Dibur, when you speak, causes action. The Rebbe brings examples in halacha that how words can in halacha, if you you're not allowed to muzzle an animal while it's working. But what if you didn't muzzle it, but instead you were screaming at the animal? So that's also considered, in other words, because your words caused it not to eat. You scared it. Words have a direct impact on this world, whereas thought doesn't have a direct impact on the world. Thought is too hidden to have a direct impact on the world. It's not ma'aseh at all. That's why in halacha we find there are different punishments for different words, but not for thoughts. And not because we don't know the thoughts, but because thought is not considered an action, whereas words is very close to an action and causes action. But that's only a difference on the human level. By Hashem, both His words and His thoughts directly create worlds. The difference only is in what type of worlds. His words create the Alman Disgalian, and His thoughts create the Alman Sesimin. So therefore, our words, our thoughts, share nothing in common with Hashem's thoughts. Yes, Hashem thinks throughout the week and He stops on Shabbos, but Hashem thinking throughout the week is causing things, is causing worlds. Our thoughts don't cause anything. Whereas our dibur is not the same as by Hashem's, because ultimately there's a disconnect also between our dibur and the action. I speak and then you have to act, whereas Hashem's dibur acts directly, but there is a similarity, there's more of a similarity between our dibur and Hashem's dibur, as opposed to our machshava and Hashem's machshava are completely different. And that's why here we have, we're not allowed to do a malacha on Shabbos. That's midiraisa. Why? Because to do a malacha is doing actually what Hashem does. Hashem created, we're creating. That you're not allowed to do midiraisa. Speaking about a malacha, that's midrabanan, that's usher. Why? Because even though it doesn't directly cause an action, but it's a cause and effect which is close enough that the Chacham came along and said, that's not allowed. That's close enough to Hashem's dibur. Hashem's dibur creates, and your dibur also could create, although with that separation, but it does create. Your machshava, you're thinking about a malacha there's nothing in common with Hashem's machshava. Your machshava doesn't create anything, doesn't cause anything. So that, even the Rabbanan don't come along, even the Rabbanan didn't say that it's Aser. However, Midas Chasidus is to say, Shvoiska Hashem. Hashem is not thinking about it, even though that my thought is no comparison at all, but if Hashem isn't thinking about it, I'm also not going to think about it. But because there's so little comparison and likening and likeness between our thought and Hashem's thought, so it's only a Midas Chasidus, it's not actually a halacha, and not midiraisa, and not even midrabanan.